In this video, we're going to talk about using the FireFly inventory system to attach inventory ingredients to the items that you sell. This is useful to do if you'd like to track an ideal usage and your variances. The first step, of course, is to set up all of the ingredients that you purchase from your vendors. Please review the other video that explains how to do this. Once you've got all your ingredients set up in the inventory area, we can go to Configuration, Items, to start associating ingredients with the items that we sell. Let's start with a very simple item in our beer category. We'll choose the Ninkasi IPA and go to the Ingredients screen. Here we just select the ingredient that is associated with this item. It comes in a bottle, and we just are going to have one of those. As I update it, you can see that my total item cost is updated here. My item selling price is listed, so I can see the margin for this item. That's all I have to do on this simple item, just save changes. Okay, now let's talk about a slightly more complex item that has sizes, our Coke. If I click on Ingredients here, I'll see that the sizes of my drinks are listed across the top. This is the abbreviated size name for fountain, kids, 20 ounce, and 2 liter. So I'm going to select the ingredients that I'm going to use for these different sizes. A 20 ounce, a 2 liter, as well as Coke mix for my fountain drinks. Now I can enter the quantities. So the 20 ounce goes with the 20 ounce size, the 2 liter with the 2 liter size, and the Coke mix goes with our fountain drinks. If you're going to be tracking your inventory very completely, you'll also want to add ingredients such as cups, lids, and straws to this screen. Now we're going to set up the inventory for a slightly more complicated item in the pizza department. When setting up your pizza inventory, the best way to do it is to start with your pizza toppings. So let's take a look at pepperoni. Go to the ingredients screen, and we can select the ingredient that's used when you put pepperoni on a pizza. Obviously, that's pepperoni. Here we have across the top abbreviations for each combination of size and crust. So I have a thin slice, a thin small, a thin large, etc. A calzone across. I'm going to go ahead and type all those on. Okay, I've entered all my values, and now I can save changes. Go ahead and complete that for all of the pizza toppings. Okay, now that you've added ingredients for all of your pizza toppings, let's talk for a minute about a build-your-own pizza. If you allow customers to be ordering a build-your-own pizza simply by selecting the toppings without requiring the selection of a special button that says build your own or create your own to start with, we're going to need to add some ingredients to the pizza toppings category. So let's click on pizza toppings, edit, and go to ingredients. These are the base ingredients on the pizza if somebody decides to create their own. So, for example, I'm going to choose ingredients such as dough, tomato sauce, and perhaps my box for a large and a small pizza. Anything that is going to be included with the pizza, no matter what toppings they order or how many toppings they order. Because these are items that are only going to be used once per pizza, not per topping ordered, I'm going to go ahead and select these as the base item. Then I can start entering in my ingredients for these toppings. Okay, I've entered in all of the proper quantities for these ingredients. You'll notice that for some toppings, like my large box, I did not enter any except for in the large size, and for the small box, I only entered it for the small size and the calzone. Now you might say, what about the fact that my boxes are used only for to-go or delivery orders? That's where the set order types comes in. What I'm going to do is just click anywhere on the large box line and then click the set order types. And now I can uncheck any order types that will not be using a box. So for example, my dine-in, my bar, and my table are probably not going to use a box. Once I've done that, box will be highlighted in green to indicate that it's been limited by order type. So you can do the same thing for your small box. When you're done with this, just save the changes and then we can close this screen. Now if we look at our pepperoni ingredient again, we'll notice that all of those toppings, all of those ingredients that I added at the category level have been added to this topping. So setting up your universal ingredients at the category for any category of items is very useful and can save you a lot of time. I want to explain one other feature about pizza toppings, and that's the ability to set the amount used by topping count. So if I were to add pepperoni to a 4 or 5 topping pizza, I might use 7 slices of pepperoni. But if it's a pepperoni only pizza with 1 topping, perhaps I'm going to use a heavier spread of pepperoni topping. To do that, I'm going to select the square here for my small thin pepperoni and choose set topping count. Right now it's saying I'm going to use 7 slices across the total no matter how many toppings are on the pizza. If I want to change that, I might up it to 15 slices for 1 topping, 10 slices for a 2 topping, and then down to 7 for the rest. This green box around the topping count indicates that we're using that graduated topping count feature. So it makes it a little bit more obvious for you, and it's a very powerful feature to help you control precisely how much is used based on the total number of toppings on the pizza. So that's added up based on this topping count. If a customer adds pepperoni and sausage and mushrooms and onions, assuming they're all set as 1 each, that'll be a 4 topping pizza, which will make pepperoni used at the 4 topping level. Okay, now we've set up all of the ingredients of all of our toppings and our cheeses, everything that could go on a pizza, and we're ready to start with the specialty pizza category. The first thing we want to do is go to the category level, and we're going to repeat exactly what we did at the pizza toppings level by entering our base ingredients: the dough, the tomato sauce, the box, and the other ingredients that are present on every pizza. This is probably going to be the same for all of your specialty pizzas. If 1 or 2 need to be modified, you can do that at the item level once you've set up these defaults. Okay, now that we've done that at the category level, we're going to go ahead and look at an individual pizza. And the good news is that because our individual pizza already has inclusions and requirements set up, we're already telling the system that these are the toppings that come on this pizza. We definitely do not need to add those toppings again in our ingredients. The system already knows. And you can tell how much of each topping it'll use by clicking on this inclusion usage. So here we can see that the system is going to include pepperoni, sausage, black olives, mushrooms, and mozzarella. It's taking the defaults of what I've already set up for these toppings. If you see any examples like the black olives and mushrooms which don't have an ingredient listed, it means that you haven't set those toppings up yet with ingredients in the topping area. So these are the defaults, and if I want to change the amount that's being used, I can do so by editing here for this particular pizza. So for example, if my large combo actually only uses 12 slices of pepperoni and 5 ounces of sausage, I can just change it and that'll be saved just for this particular pizza. Just be sure that you don't add the toppings here again or you'll get double deductions. Okay, that pretty much covers how to set up the ingredients for the items that you sell. Keep in mind that you might want to start with just a few essential ingredients. While that won't give you a complete food cost picture, it will help you control your inventory for your most expensive items, and it will be easier to set up and maintain. Good luck with your inventory tracking.